Hey everybody, Rethink Gaming here. We got Bob and Jerry, and today we are taking a quick look at Dungeon Alchemist. This software key was just released to me today. I backed it some time ago. I've had a little bit of time to test it, and I was so impressed by what it was able to do and how much time I think it'll save me that I wanted to go ahead and bang this out really quick. Uh,
All right. So talk to me like someone who like you literally told about this like 2 minutes ago. Like, what is Dungeon Alchemist?
it's so true because I'm like, Jerry, Jerry, Jerry. So, all right, this is a mapping software that
Huh?
uses kind of AI, kind of procedural generation, depending on how you want to look at it, to
Okay.
create 3D maps.
Uh-huh.
There is some software, as I understand, that can do 3D maps. My VTT of choice is Fantasy Grounds, and it can't. But it can do walls, line of sight, and other things. So I've confirmed this functionality really quickly today, and I want to kind of show you how this would work. But what I thought we'd do is just create a new map, make a crypt with their or whatever default tool set we want to use. Yeah, we'll do the crypt, and draw some rooms, play around with it, and then bring it over into Fantasy Grounds.
So what platforms does this run on?
I don't know about their compatibility. That is a really great question. So it's a Steam game.
Hmm.
Um, DungeonAlchemist.com is their core site. I'm looking at the page on Steam, and it says, I think it's Mac. Where did the icons go? Yeah. So it's all three. It's Windows, Mac, and Linux.
Wow. All right. Now I'm more interested. You have my
Right.
attention.
Right. Um, yeah. I understand it can export the 3D maps that you're known to use in your
Mhm.
face-to-face games.
Sure.
Um, and I think it just does um, MP4 file. I don't know. We can play with that a little bit. But I thought we'd take folks through what it looks like and what it would do. So the place I see this filling in my tool set
Mhm.
is the, oh crap, I need a map. It happens a lot. And in VTTs, you almost wind up railroading or having to compensate in some other way. But it's like, well, I don't have that map, right? And you
Mhm.
can sketch it out. And I've literally done this and had my players laugh at me because it's just so jarring to go from some full color thing to a pencil sketch done with a mouse hastily, right? What I think this can do is say, okay, give me 5 minute break. We'll get you a map. We'll be back in business. So let's test it out. You ready?
Do it.
All right. So we're gonna do a new one. No cheating here. I'm doing a 25 by 25 map, and there we go. We got 25 by 25 with the river running through it. This is like
Hmm.
confirm and cancel in the dialogue. So I said we'd do a crypt. Let's do a crypt. We're gonna do random rooms, although you could apparently choose these. We're gonna start up
Okay.
here in the corner. Well, let's see. Where's the entrance? The entrance is over here. So we're gonna have like I don't know, a lobby. Drag that out and say, "Yep, I meant to drag that out." And it's like, okay, here's your front room. And
Hmm.
this is 3D and whatever. So we've got a door on this side. We haven't got a door on that side, so that's interesting. But we'll roll with it. And then yeah. So what happens off of this one? Well, we've got another, let's say, long room. We'll go this way with it. All right, cool. So it created the door. It put these objects in here, and so forth. Right. Pretty hippy dippy so far. Nothing super impressive. Like you could do this with the most 3D gaming software and stuff.
Hmm.
All right, do this room, and it's got a little bit of a different dynamic there. And if you're good at improv, these are actually almost prompts, right? So you can kind of come up with on the fly what's populated in these rooms. Say here's a
Sure.
sarcophagus, right? So that's definitely got a
Right.
vampire in it or something. We've got lights. We've got entryways. That's a barred door there, and so forth. Now I haven't played with all the options, but apparently we've got all these objects where I could manually edit this and futz with it and stuff. But what I wanted to show just right off the cuff is okay, I've got a one, two, three, four, 5 room dungeon, give or take, right?
Hmm.
If we use the external and you got to get across the river or whatever to resolve this encounter, and now I want to get this into Fantasy Grounds. What I've noticed, first of all, before I get too far ahead of myself, they have great documentation. And there's links to it right in the software. So it'll take you step by step. One of the things that they don't tell you to do, that I'm going to do just as a hot tip right now, go ahead and save this Dungeon Alchemist file in your campaign folder. And if you're a Fantasy Grounds user, you'll know what that is. And if not, it doesn't matter to you as much.
Okay.
So we're just going to replace this one real quick. So if I save this here, then when I do export, it's going to export in the right place.
Gotcha.
So we've got Fantasy Grounds
Oh.
export. It'll do Foundry, Roll20, and Universal. Guys, let us know in the comments of the video or social, however you find this. If you want me to do the Foundry and Roll20, I can. I have that stuff. I'm just doing the Fantasy Grounds for today. I assume it's going to be pretty darn similar. We've got perspective, orthographic, right? I did perspective 3D walls earlier, and it kind of does basically the view that we're seeing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Lighting, okay, we can render it and export it to the VTT. That's ideal for VTTs that support it. Quality, and we can do grid on, grid off. I always do grid off on mine because I use Fantasy Grounds to control the grid, right?
Sure.
So I hit export, and we're just going to call this test. And it shows me, hey, I did the thing you asked me to do. So we go to Fantasy Grounds. The instructions tell you need to refresh your assets. So we do that. And then it shows up in the campaign. Then you're supposed to drag that over to images. And there's my Untitled that I did as a test earlier. And here we go. We've got a Fantasy Grounds map. And so you see, all right, it's not 3D. As you would expect, because Fantasy Grounds can't do that. I don't know if Foundry can, but I assume when software gets to where they can do, maybe that export will come along. But you see, we've got the lighting and stuff, but one of the coolest things I want to show, and I've still got the DM view up here, is they have done the line of sight for you already. This, if you're a Fantasy Grounds DM, you know is a pain in the butt. Drawing all these little boxes and making sure that these things come over. The blue here, these are doors that the players can interact with. Here, where it's just an archway, they did not put a door. It's beautiful. The line of sight will work perfectly. Here we've got, these are barriers. The yellow is not a door. It's like a fence. So you could see out of the map if you move your character over there. It did the lighting in the same way. If we go to lighting, you can see these little light bulbs or light sources based on the 3D light objects that it brought in the map. It's done. It's ready for play right now if you're using line of sight and lighting. And short of explaining it, it took 5 minutes.
What?
Right?
That's awesome.
That is really awesome. And I backed it on Kickstarter a while ago because, I like to support, and it seemed like it had some potential, but I did not have any idea that it had come along this far until I got my Steam key today. So I wanted to go ahead and bust this video out for folks to see. Jerry, what do you think?
I think it's an awesome tool for digital maps, right? I'd like to see some of their export options and the views and stuff like that. I definitely want to get my hands on this, start playing with it. So yeah, let's wherever we post this thing, let's post a link, and people can start trying it out.
Yeah, and I would love to see this gain some more popularity. Right now, it's entirely fantasy tile sets. It'd be super cool if there were, sci-fi or modern or other tile sets in here too.
Yeah, it's hard to get sci-fi tile sets right. I've never seen like a really good one,
Yeah, well, fantasy is definitely like Dungeons and Dragons is the gorilla in the room, and it's definitely the ready-made, easy target audience. But yeah, anyway, it's amazing.
Also kind of what I want to see, right? Like you've got your exported image, right? Your top-down view, your bird's eye view.
Yeah.
I want to throw that into image editing software, and maybe mess with it a little bit, right? Like maybe poison the river, like a weird green color. Maybe I want to, just do like just a general like filter or overlay on it. Modify it that way, and that kind of it makes it trivial, right?
Yeah. I think you can play with the angles. We got a little sunlight in the background there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty cool stuff, guys. Check it out. Let us know your thoughts. And again, if you want me to do the Foundry demo, I can do a Foundry demo. If you want me to do a Roll20 demo, I can do a Roll20 demo. It'll take me a minute to get used to Roll20 because I haven't done it for a while. Oh, we got a question here from Amazing Ronaldo. It says, does it have cave and outdoor mapping or just all interiors? So that's a wonderful question. I believe all of these are interiors. Gingerbread house. That's interesting.
So while you do that, it's kind of bugging me as a geologist.
Yeah.
This isn't working for me. You got these rocks down here.
Yeah, wrong kind of rocks.
Yeah, well, I don't think you're growing grass without,
any soil.
dirt on there. I don't know.
Fair
Yeah.
point.
Need some organics. Anyways.
Yeah, thanks for the question, Ronaldo. No, I don't see an option for caves. If we find one later on down the line, I'll let you know. But no, it doesn't look like it does caves. It looks like it's buildings. Now, we could look maybe if we do a new map. I've got dark parchment, forest, and grassland options. So
What's the dark parchment?
Dark parchment for digital. Oops. It's literally dark parchment.
So draw something on it. See what it looks like.
Yeah. So let's do castle random.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There you go. I like it.
Yeah, that could sub for a cave.
Mm-hmm.
I understand you can do non-square rooms. I saw that in the FAQ by drawing over.
Okay.
And still kind of did a square room. I don't know. Not an expert. Just got it today. But let's just remove rooms. Remove that. Do it. Okay.
Huh.
That sort of got us into an irregular shape. But yeah. Like I said, any other questions, guys? You want to see other demos, let me know. I'm going to keep this short and cut it now. But thanks for joining us on this impromptu live review.